Back on the Nation at 5 with the CNN News 18 mega exclusive. Our investigations editor Manoj Gupta getting us the details of the FIR that's now been filed after raids across multiple locations with a crackdown on gangsters who are involved in terror activities. CNN News 18 accessing the Delhi Police Special Cell FIR. The FIR states that gangs based in India and abroad are part of a planned conspiracy to carry out terrorist acts. They execute heinous crimes, including but not limited to targeted killings of prominent persons. They do with an intention to strike terror in the minds of the people of the country. These acts of terror are carried out publicly in a gruesome manner by using lethal weapons. Members of the aforementioned terrorist gangs are further using cyberspace and social media to publicize these acts, create deeper and widespread fear and terror amongst the public at large. The gang members exploit this sense of fear and terror for raising funds for committing terrorist acts by criminal activities such as extortion, criminal intimidation, besides smuggling of illegal narcotics, sale and purchase of illegal weapons. The funds so generated are being used to finance terror activities and recruit impressionable youth in their gang and in order to further the said activities. This is what is part of the Delhi Police Special Cell FIR. We got more news coming in on this front. Arunima getting us details of the seizure today after the raids. The NIA has recovered cash and country-made weapons and ammunition during the raids. Sources say investigation by NIA began on 26th August after the Delhi Police Special Cell picked up initial evidence against these gangs. Sources say searches under two separate FIRs registered under the Lawrence Bishnoi and Neeraj Bhawana gangs. Arunima now joining us with more details. Yes, Arunima.
6 pistols have been recovered, 1 revolver, 1 shotgun, along with that drugs, cash, documents which NIA is calling incriminating, digital devices which gives you insight into how these gangs were operating, because most of their gang leaders are in Tihar jail or in jail in other parts of the country, and a lot of their masterminds are in other countries like Canada, Pakistan, Australia, Malaysia. So how were they keeping in touch? How was this operating? Digital devices perhaps could give NIA some insight into it. They have also recovered threat letters. What the NIA investigation suggests is that they were carrying out targeted killings with the intention to strike terror, and these threat letters possibly could give evidence as to how more people, more high-profile people, Sidhu Moosewala was one of those, people like him were being sent extortion letters, threat letters. So some of the letters have been recovered. Also, Benami property papers have been recovered. And, what NIA has learned is that when any one of these gangs carried out a big attack, they have an ongoing Facebook page, they have an ongoing YouTube page on which they post live, they post details, in a way bragging about what they do with the intention of attracting more members to their gang.
So how are these platforms or these channels that they have where they're actually claiming antisocial activities and illegal activities and bragging about it, how are they allowed in the first place? That's also a subject matter of investigation. And were they able to recruit impressionable minds? What kind of terror associations have been now so far unearthed? Is there any confirmation that they were indeed involved in terror activities through these raids? Have they got any proof on that? Do we have any details there, Arunima?
See, the very fact that they have recovered arms and ammunition, they have recovered threat letters, and they have recovered drugs means NIA has got some headway into this original assumption which was mentioned in their FIR, and that FIR was taken over by Special Cell, that this was not just another crime under IPC. This was not just extortion and killings because somebody refused to give the extortion money. This was targeted killing with the intention to strike terror. Now, does that fall under the ambit of UAP? Of course, the court will decide. But this is what the NIA is saying at this stage, that these were not isolated local incidents, but deep conspiracy amongst terrorists, gangsters, and drug smuggling cartels.
Right. Thank you for your inputs, Arunima. With that, it's a wrap of this edition of The Nation at 5. Viewpoint.